Morning, Cherish. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Transwest of Frederick. My name is Katie O'Neill, and welcome to our coach. Today we're looking at a 2020 Mountain Aire by Newmar. Come on back. Let's take a look. So right now I can tell you the only thing that could make this coach better would be if it was mine. This is a spectacular finish. First and foremost, this is the model 4543. This is a really big deal. Models of coaches can be different. This coach provides a lot of extra space for two people. You've got dual sinks. If you look at the bottom, I love the way this drainage system works. Really cool. Big mirror, a really large medicine cabinet, and then back here you have a really nice closet with a lockable safe. You've also got two different levels to hang shirts, jackets, things of the like. Really nice cedar-lined shoe closet as well. Lots and lots of room to share. Of course, I'd get this much and my boyfriend could have this much, but it would work out. The other thing that I really like about this coach, above and beyond all of the storage, you also have some great shelves. So a lot of extra capacity here, really easy to use. And then you'll notice at the bottom there's a leaf for the table, and that'll become relevant later. No road trip would be complete without a little bit of a washer and dryer, so that you don't have to pack as many clothes. Pretty handy there. The sable finish is really beautiful, but the 4543 has this extra storage capacity here. So the shower, although it's really big, because of the fact that it's a little bit smaller, they give you all of this extra storage and a laundry scoop. So you've got a place to keep your laundry while you're traveling on the road. Of course, you've got the fold down seat. Really nice to have not just shampoo and conditioner, but also bath gel, so you've got your soap with you. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you're going down the road, not having things toppling off the countertops is always a plus. Once again, that very cool drain that you'll see replicated throughout the coach. And then Newmar does one last mentionable item, and that's an emergency hatch release. Not only is this handy in case there's a fire in the cabin, but if you want to load things in, all of your laundry, all of your clothing that you're bringing on your road trip, everything that you want to, maybe your towels, all your supplies, they can come into this back hatch. It's used quite frequently for that reason. So really nicely equipped coach. And then we get into the really large bedroom. So of course we've got a king size bed. We've got storage underneath here. I know you can't see that, but you can see it on the other side there. And then below these little nightstands, you've got plugs so everyone can get their cell phones charged. You've got an alarm in the morning. You don't have to worry about it going dead. This really amazing ceiling. It's tufted, backlit, lots of LED lights to keep things cool. This coach right now is actually a little bit cold, believe it or not. And being that it's 96 degrees today here in Colorado, being cold inside of a motorhome is pretty awesome. Please note too, a nice window. So no matter where you are, when you wake up in the morning, you'll see the forest out around you. You've got a big television. You can watch movies with your sweetheart, really relax. Just a really, really luxurious finish by Newmar in this Mountain Aire that we're looking at today. Oh, I should mention, I know we talked about storage, but you have a lot more deep storage available here inside of the coach. So 6 more drawers, really ample for a longer road trip or for staying out of town for 5 or 6 months. Here in the center, you'll notice that we have this bath and a half model. So this is the half bath, really comfortable, lots of storage again for your guests. Also for just your trip in general, anything that you want to keep, mosquito repellent, sunscreen, all of those things will fit well in all of those cabinets, so you can use the rest for things like whatever you stow in your pantry. So you'll notice here there's a little locking system that you just push it on this. After you've released that, then you can open your cabinet. These are adjustables, so not only do you have these really nice slide trays that are super convenient for putting things in, you can change them. So if you want to put something, for instance, like a cereal box on top, you can, but if you want to put shorter goods on top and cereal boxes down below, you can adjust all of those shelves. Next to that, you're going to find a residential size refrigerator equipped with an ice maker. Really nice when you're on the road. This has a ton of room in it. So not only do you have a full house feature where you've got a water filter throughout the full coach, you also have a second water filter in your refrigerator. So you can have refrigerated and cool water right over here. And then just silly little things that make such a big difference though, like these extra drawers. So you've just got things that you can stow away a little bit more easily so that you don't have things sliding around in your refrigerator. Of course, we all know you need to have popsicles and lots of, you know, frozen poultry and such for your road trip. So big storage area in your refrigerator. And if that wasn't enough, you have more. This is a great place. I've seen things like kitchen towels kept in here. Whatever you might need in your dining area, you can keep here. There's 2 storage compartments underneath, as well as more storage under this table. This table seats 4 very comfortably. Due to the size of it, there's a really easy walkway when you're driving. You can get through to the restroom. That's why they have this kind of neat pivot door. This allows you access while you're on the road, so when you're moving, you can actually access the restroom really easily. But when you get to where you're going, if you're having a lot of people over, because I know I would want to show off this coach, you can pull the table out and add that leaf that we saw earlier. And there's also 2 extra chairs that come in the vehicle. Not only do you have a luxurious looking interior, you also have things like an electronically heated floor. You also have an Oasis hot water system. So you've got immediate hot water, unlimited hot water. As long as you've got diesel, you've got 150 gallon diesel capacity. As long as you've got diesel, or if you're plugged into, you can run your generator, or you're plugged into shore power and city water, you literally could take a shower for 2 days straight. It's pretty awesome. That's my kind of coach. Not to mention the fact that we have things like a washer, dishwasher, so you don't have to do all those dishes. Of course, you could have quite a party in this little coach, so if you wanted to have some fun and didn't have to clean up afterwards, that'd be pretty cool. There are a lot of remotes. And when I say there are a lot of remotes, that's because there are a lot of televisions. If you want to watch a movie in your bedroom, you can. If you want to watch a movie at the front TV, you can. And then there's another TV, which we'll put up in a moment, that's right behind this couch. Now, all that being said, one of the nicer features about this is Newmar is really efficient with space. You know, we know that you're going to use some of this counter space, but you might want to have a cutting board. So it's nice you have a cutting board right here above your induction stove. The best thing about true induction is that when your pot is on the stove, it's working, and when your pot is off the stove, it's not hot. So you don't have to worry about having an open flame and having something catch fire, or having a coil on where you put something hot on top and it strikes. It's really great that this cools immediately as soon as you remove the pot from the stove. But then on top of it, they've taken this cover, which gives you ample counter space, and turned it into cutting board, and you get 2 of those. There's one on each side. The other side of this is also a cutting board. Oh, Cherish just mentioned something totally important. The induction cooktop is actually, as you'll see here by this little handle on the inside, it's removable. So what that means is you can take that outside. If you don't want to cook bacon in your coach, you could take it outside and put it on your picnic table, get all of your meal prepared, and then bring it back inside. So you could be outside cooking with your family. I mean, what a delightful way to go camping. Pretty luxurious. Of course, if you wanted to bake some cookies, you could do that here in your convection oven, or you've also got a microwave, so 2-in-1, pretty efficient there. And then little things that they do here, like giving you all of this extra space. It's really nice to have these little cubbies that allow you for so much more storage, so that when you're on the road, you actually have a place you can keep things. I mean, if you wanted to have a rolling pin to bake a pie, you could do that. I mean, this is really a home away from home. So let's go down here a little bit further. This is an amazing sink. This sink is so big. It's bigger. I have an apron front sink at home. This is about the same capacity, and it's so luxurious. You have both a spray nozzle or a water nozzle. They just switch right here. But really immense amount of space for preparing anything that you want to make for your family. And then again, these cabinets are so beautiful in this table, but they're also so smart. Once again, adjustable, and with these little slide outs that give you so much more capacity, and they make it so much easier to reach. As you can imagine, getting to the back of this when it's stowed would be tough. When you can just pull it out and access whatever you need, it's a lot easier to maneuver throughout this coach. And the other thing that's nice about this, it keeps things together. They're cloistered together so that if you take a nice sharp turn, you're not going to have everything falling over inside of your coach. These are all little details that a manufacturer like Newmar has taken the time to work out for you so that you don't have to think about it. So down to the next part, a lot of times when you see these beds, they're still in their couch position. And a lot of people go, wow, is that really going to be comfortable? But I want you to know, this is so comfortable. So Cherish and I went ahead and set this up for you today. This has an expandable air mattress. You plug it in right here. It's really, really nice because there's no breaks in your sleeping. It's going to be all one consistent mattress, but it's so easy to put up. Literally, we just do a little tilt here. And let me put my phone and clipboard down. You've got a nice little lift here so that you can still look dainty while you're doing this. Tilt through, drop, go ahead and place your cushions. Thank you. Magically hovering cushions. By the way, they do Velcro into place. So replace your cushions. And then the next most important step, and Cherish is going to let you watch the televator rise. Here she goes. So this is amazing. One of the things that's really nice about this coach is not only do you have a great place for your guests to sleep, if you don't have guests, you've got a great place to relax. You've got a really nice little island here so you can keep your cocktail on there, maybe read a book, play some games, whatever it might be with your sweetheart, but just a really luxurious open feel. And then with all of the nightshades down, you can turn this into a theater. You'll notice that there's a window behind the sink. That's something that Newmar adds for an additional charge. It's a really important aspect to this coach, but what's more amazing is there's actually a shade that drops down from behind those cabinets, so you've got complete darkness in this coach. Really, really nice. You could watch a movie like you were in a theater in the middle of the day if it was too hot to go outside and do something. And then whack again, just once more, we'll remind you of not just storage, but everything is lined. I have an RV myself. I've lined everything because I don't have a Newmar, so it doesn't come lined. When you get something like this, it's so amazing. It's all lined, no rattles. Driving down the road is relaxing. You're looking forward to your next destination instead of wondering what you need to move to stop the shaking. And then again, you'll see, you wouldn't notice all of the air conditioners in this coach because they're covered under this beautiful tufted ceiling that's backlit with LED lights. Just a really magnificent place to spend time with your family. We're going to go forward here. One of the things that I like a lot about these chairs is not only do they swivel, they're power, but they're comfortable. They're really, really soft riding, and you'll notice that your whole entire control center is really easily accessible. Please note, when you see the wind guard, we have the satellite system. We also have a Wi-Fi booster, which is really important these days because we know how much we use our phones. And speaking of that, I've got a nice place to charge my phone. I have a nice place to charge my passenger's phone over here. And you'll notice that this monitor is also provided, so the rear view camera, if you've got somebody who wants to maybe monitor the Jeep that you're pulling behind you, or just wants to take a look at the map to see what's going on, or maybe wants to take a look at the radio stations, everything has got a second monitor there for the passenger, as well as the centrifugal lineup for the driver. One of the nice things about this 500 horsepower Cummins 11.9 liter engine is that it's powerful. The other thing that's nice about this coach, though, it's a Freightliner chassis. So Freightliner is a really big organization. There's a lot of service centers. If you're planning on being on the road a lot and putting a lot of miles on your coach, if you ever need to stop in for an oil change or service, you don't necessarily have to make it to a Newmar dealership. With a Freightliner, you can get your oil changed at a lot of the different Freightliner outfits, so you can enjoy your road trip without having to make big bends and sweeping changes in your route. Also, you'll notice that we have a leveling system. I think that you would expect that, as well as the air brake, which really helps you from wearing on your brakes as much. This amazing window on the left is great for the driver because you can have that open air, you can have all of those pine trees, you know, everything coming into the cabin when you're out, you know, on your way to your next destination. Of course, all of our controls here are driver focused. So your navigation, your radio stations, everything's right where you need to be. And you can leave these cameras on full time so that you know whether or not the person that you've just passed is already behind you. So when you move over, you know you're doing it safely. You'll also have cameras that will come up when you put your right and left turn signals on. So they'll illuminate all of the traffic to the left of you or to the right of you so you know where you're going. Once again, we've talked about big TVs. There are a lot of big TVs. We've talked about extra storage and making use of all of your space. I know it sounds silly, but a place to keep your sunglasses, a place to put your wallet, just a place to put things on your way in and out of your coach so that you can know exactly where you had it last is great. You'll notice here we've got another nice window for the passenger. And then there's a cover that will come out and come over right here and cover this stoop. This, of course, is a recliner, so you don't necessarily have to worry about having the stoop covered. You might just have your feet up while you're kicking back on the road. All right, come on, chairs, let's go outside. So one of the things I think is really important to talk about is not only do we have a really great interior, we also have the artisan graphics on the exterior. What's nice about this is different colors of different coaches make them easier or harder to take care of. This has got a really strikingly good look, but it's got a nice light metal that's oscillating through it, so it's really easy to kind of keep it clean and making it look sharp. It's also a timeless paint job, which is wonderful. Down here, you'll see that we have our Dometic refrigerator or freezer. For people who are traveling, if you want to bring, for instance, your hamburgers and hot dogs and keep everything frozen for a longer trip, you can do that. And it's on this nice little slide, so really easy, and it's got a ton of capacity. So you can fill it before you head out on the road. Keep everything either frozen or cold. You pick. If you're having a big party, maybe you'll use it as a refrigerator and keep your champagne in there. Or your beer. I would have champagne. Another slide here. You'll notice throughout this coach there's so much storage. I know I keep talking about that, but with these huge slides, they hold up to 1,000 pounds. So you can put whatever you'd like in there. These days there's a lot of burn restrictions, so you might not have firewood, you might have a portable fireplace. It really depends on what's most convenient for you. You'll notice here, we didn't talk about it inside, but those are all the attachments for your central vac. So not only do you have a heated floor and a dishwasher, you have central vac, which means you don't need to carry a vacuum cleaner with you. You've got everything that you need in the coach provided as you go. Another huge slide, another gigantic compartment, great for like something like paddle boards maybe, fishing gear, whatever you might have. And then a tool board. Now when I say a tool board, what that means is this is designed so that you can hang up whatever it is that you'd like to take care of you. You've got your garage in your coach, because what house doesn't come with a nice garage? This is your tool board for your garage. So this brings us to the tag axle. This is an important feature. So I was planning on doing a video this morning on a Newmar Aire, which is a 33 or 35 foot coach. The one thing it doesn't have is a tag axle. And a lot of people don't understand what that does. It's a really important feature. If you're out RV shopping and you want a nice, supple, smooth ride and something that's easy to maneuver, this tag takes all the engine weight that's behind this rear wheel and helps to balance out by giving a leverage point in between the two wheels so that your coach can pivot on this center wheel. So a lot better maneuverability if you're trying to park into a tight area or back into something. This coach is a little bit easier actually to steer than some of the smaller models. And so when you get a smaller model, you miss that bath and a half. You get one bathroom. You can have a larger model like this with a really beautiful, huge bathroom, a half bathroom for all of your guests, and still have the easy maneuverability because of what they call the tag axle. And that's what this coach here has. And that's going to be a standard feature on any of these products. So here, DEF fluid. You've got a lot of, oh, we should talk about gallons. So you have 150 gallons of diesel. That's so much diesel. You have a 100-gallon water tank, you have 6 batteries. This is where you would turn all of your power on and off. For instance, if you were to park your coach over the winter, you wanted to turn it off completely, that's where you can turn off your main power. But everything is really, really easy to stow. You've got a huge gray water tank, tons of black water. This coach, as much as you think it couldn't be, because of the way it's designed, could really be used for boondocking. A lot of people think that that's going to be something like a Super C attribute, but that's something that you could really, if you wanted to go, for instance, and get off the grid and go boondock for a few days, you've got plenty of supplies on this coach to where you could go in, plug in, turn your generator on, and just enjoy the outdoors and be far away from everybody. So pretty fun capacity there. Here's the exterior door. This is that fire door we talked about. Once again, really easy to hand someone up all of those towels, any cleaning supplies you might want to put in your vehicle. You'll notice that we have a really organized and super simple black water system and freshwater system. Very clearly labeled, very easy to operate. We have a video on this, so if it's something where you have, a Newmar or a Mountain Aire and you don't know exactly how to run some of these different features, please reach out to me. I would be happy to send you a link to that video that covers all of those operations. And it's nice to have a video like that on your phone, because if you ever run into something where you forgot how you were supposed to do something, you can go back and reference it even if you don't have cell phone coverage. Oh, this is a big deal. I know it sounds silly, but having a power retractable reel for your 50 amp plug-in is so clutch. First of all, you'll keep one glove there, but instead of having to take it and drag it in and coil it up, you just kind of guide it back and forth, and you'll see that there's actually a little guide that does that, and it reels up for you nice and tight. You can have a much smaller compartment because it's a much more efficient use of space. Here's that Oasis system we were talking about that gives you the endless hot water for those 2-day showers that I'd love to have. Okay, 2 days is a little bit of overkill, but really not having restrictions is pretty nice. Once again, you'll notice here's the other side to those slides. So if you want to put things that you might access less frequently on this side, you've got really great, you can slide them in and out on either direction. More batteries. Also, if you'll notice on a slide, easy access in case you just need to replace one. And then once again, very simple access to all of your fuses, anything that you might need. And keep in mind, when you buy a Newmar, they have an 800 number. They've got a technician that you can call 24 hours a day. They have a support team that you can call 24 hours a day. You really get an amazing amount of backup, not just from the dealership like Transwest where you would purchase, but also from the manufacturer itself, which is a really important part in making your trip enjoyable. Please take note, there's no doubt in what you're driving here. You have a beautiful Mountain Aire. You have a huge vista that lets you see into all of those places you get to travel, and just a stunning coach. So I hope if you're interested in this 2020 model, the 2021s are coming in. If you'd like a great deal and a really nice product, please give me a call. My name is Katie O'Neill. My number is 303-562-8659. Again, that's 303-562-8659. And I work here at Transwest. One thing I've got to say, read our reviews, learn out about us. You'll find that this is a family-owned organization. We carry nothing but the best products, and we offer nothing but the best service, and we'd love to have you as a client. Thanks for shopping with us today.